Good Saturday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone had a fantastic Saturday. I'm your host for South Carolina Weather, Joseph Peterson, and we are about to talk about the weather for our Saturday evening going into the future. So we're gonna go on and talk about that right now. Actually, as we pull up our radar right now. And let's go on and just get started straight away. Good Saturday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone had a fantastic Saturday. I'm your host for South Carolina Weather, Joseph Peterson, and let's talk about the weather for your Saturday evening going into your future. Looking at the radar right now, not really much going on right now, except for just a storm, shower, downpour, probably a downpour, going on just to the north of Edgefield right now, South Carolina. And other than that, the entire state of South Carolina looks good. As we go into the MRMS, you can see what's going on with the entire United States. We do have rain and storms going on inside of Wisconsin, as well as up here in northwestern Minnesota. Up here in the very tip of northwestern Seattle, kind of like almost you can kind of see like a panhandle of Washington. Really going on up there. Some rain going on. Showers going on inside of Nevada, California, as well as over here inside of Florida, just to the south of Louisiana and in southern portions of Louisiana, as well as southeastern Texas as well. Nothing else really going on. Some storms going on inside of Wisconsin. And that's pretty much all that's going on. A bunch of flood watches up for future Hurricane Milton. But those are, again, just probably with any hurricane that's pretty much going to occur. But we'll talk about that in the hurricane segment. Here is our, okay, I don't know what nor that is. Here is our current cloud cover right now. Current cloud cover has some clouds going on over the Midlands of South Carolina, low country of South Carolina as well as up there inside the PD region of South Carolina as well. Here's our cloud cover total percentage. As you push this forward, cloud cover continues throughout most of the state. Even as you get into tomorrow morning, cloud cover will continue to increase for most of South Carolina. But then as you get into like tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, cloud cover does kind of recede a little bit. Here's our current temperature: 73 in Columbia, 75 in Charleston, 75 in Myrtle Beach, 73 inside Georgetown and Florence, as well as Bishopville, and 75 in Sumter, 71 inside Rock Hill, 71 in Union, 71 in Greenville, 73 in Anderson, as well as 73 Greenwood, Edgefield, 75 in Augusta, 75 in Barnwell and Fairfax, as well as 75 inside Savannah. Here's our low temperatures for today: around 66 inside Columbia, 72 in Charleston, 67 inside of Walterboro, 66 inside of Barnwell, 67 inside Myrtle Beach, 66 inside of Georgetown, 64 inside of Girard, Dillon, 65 in Florence, 63 inside Rock Hill, and I think I already said that, but 62 Greenfield, Spartanburg, and Anderson, and Lawrence. Here's our forecast precipitation for the next 24 or so hours. Not much to talk about at all. We do have the chance for some spotty showers, to be honest, throughout the entire state of South Carolina, through like southern Orangeburg, eastern Sumter, as well as up there, over there in Horry County, in the South Carolina, North Carolina border. And then that, I mean, like I was just saying, not really much going on there. Here's the SPC outlook. Really, for what's going on, I don't see really any sort of thunderstorm threat as you go into tomorrow. Not really too much either. Nothing for day 3 as well. And then as you go into the excessive rainfall outlook, nothing going on for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing going on for that entire region. Let's talk about the models real fast. And we're going to go back to the 18Z. We're going to talk about composite reflectivity. And as you push this forward, you go to around 9 o'clock p.m. Showers, downpours, really just not showing out until you get to around 5 o'clock p.m. tomorrow, where isolated downpours possible down there near like Beaufort, South Carolina. And other than that, that's all I'm really watching for. In terms of even the next 48 or so hours, still just not much to watch for in terms of rain-wise. So it's going to be dry for most of South Carolina, especially the upstate, the Midlands, and the PD region as we go through the next 48 hours. Here's the tropics right here. Tropics right here showing that we have three areas. We have Kirk over here, Hurricane Kirk, at 120 mile per hour storm expected to sustain at around a tropical storm as it goes all the way up into Europe. Also, we have Leslie down here at 80 mile per hour storm. Still was expected to stay at a hurricane for a while, but new model guidance has actually put it down, so it will go back to a tropical storm. Here's Milton over here, probably what you've been hearing for the most, but Milton is forecast to quickly intensify while it moves eastward to northeastward across the Gulf of Mexico and will be near major hurricane strength when it reaches the west coast of the Florida Peninsula midweek. There is an increasing risk of life-threatening storm surge and wind impacts for portions of the west coast of Florida, of the Florida Peninsula. Beginning late Tuesday and Wednesday, residents in these areas should ensure they have their hurricane plan in place, follow any advice given by local officials, and check back for updates to the forecast. Areas of heavy rain will impact portions of Florida Sunday into Monday, well ahead of Milton, with heavy rain more directly related to the system expected on later Tuesday through Wednesday night. This rainfall will bring the risk of flash flooding and aerial flooding along to monitor moderate river flooding as well. So, right now, in terms of arrival time of winds, if we were to receive tropical storm force winds, which if there was any portion of South Carolina that was to receive tropical storm force winds, it would probably be the coastal PD region, and the low country of South Carolina would probably be the most likely to receive tropical storm force impacts. Maybe even into the southern Midlands as well. We're just going to have to see what happens. It would be during the day on Wednesday. That's when we would most likely see the threat for another tropical storm force winds, tropical storm force condition. But it will be breezy. And gusty for sure as we go through to Wednesday. That pretty much out the way in terms of rain. Not really much. As of we're gonna have to wait. And see what happens. Again, this is still shifting. We have no idea if it's going to go a bit more to the north, if it's going to go a bit more to the south, but nothing for South Carolina yet. Flash flooding potential, nothing for South Carolina again, like I was just talking about. And wind speed probabilities are actually already pretty high, even as you go into, again, low country of South Carolina and going into the PD region of South Carolina as well. So we're going to see what happens there. So that's pretty much going to be it for Milton. We do have one more area that we're watching, and it's down here near Africa. Tropical wave is expected to move off the west coast of Africa in a few days. Some development of the system is possible thereafter while it moves westward or west-northwestward across the eastern tropical Atlantic. The system is expected to move near or over the Cabo Verde Islands on Wednesday and Thursday, and interest there should monitor its progress. A 0% chance for the next 48 hours, 30% chance over the next 7 days. Nothing really going on in the Eastern Pacific or the Central Pacific either in terms of storms. But let's go on and let's talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what's going on with the chat today. Ms. Tolliver says, good evening. A dull and cloudy day at my house. Hope you're doing well. I'm not looking forward to Hurricane Milton. Will we be affected in the low country of South Carolina? Like, pretty much what I said earlier. Definitely, in terms of wind-wise, again, we don't know exactly yet, because, again, this is still a good bit out, and again, it really determines on how much is going to intensify and where it's going to make landfall is how it's going to play out. So we're going to have to wait to where it's almost made landfall inside of Florida to really get down to how much rain you're going to receive or how much wind. So we're going to have to wait a couple more days for sure just to see what happens. Manana says, hello Jay, how is the plant? The sun has not really been out much So honestly, right now, it's about the same, but I think once we start getting more sunlight, I think that it will start to get a bit better. Breezy Way says, "Are we really in for a cold October? I'm worried about my garden. I'm in Abbeville. Abbeville, I'm gonna assume South Carolina. I just need to check and see where you are real quick. But in terms of October being cold, this is definitely the time where you're gonna start to receive the potential for low temperatures into like the 50s. So I don't really think we'll be in the 40s and all that kind of stuff. But in terms of temperatures being down inside the 50s, definitely something they're gonna have to keep in mind with as well. But in terms of it being cold, not really cold, but still pretty. I'd say honestly pretty around normal, 50 degrees ish. So around normal October scale, whatever you would want to say with that. That says, "Good evening, cousin Joseph. I hope all is well. All is well." And then Trust says, "Hi, Joseph. Hello." And that seems to be about it for the audience tonight. So we're gonna go over here. We're gonna talk about San Antonio and Raleigh, and then we're gonna be out of here for tonight. Let's talk about just see what's going on around right now. Nothing going on. Seems to be I don't know what's going on here, to be honest with you. It's a lot. It seems like something's moving this way. It disappears and this stuff pops up. I don't think that that's rain. That might just be some radar. Kind of like some radar, just corruption, I guess you could say. But I don't think that that's rain. I'm pretty sure that's not rain. But going into tonight in terms of rain, not much. Even as you go into tomorrow, in terms of rain, not much. Maybe a isolated shower, a downpour possible as you go into around Monday morning at around 12 o'clock in the morning. So possible. And as you go into Monday afternoon, again, just nice. Not really much to talk about there. Okay. We have 14 people in here and only 4 likes. Let's go on and get this like button. Let's go on and get that like button up. We have 14 people in here. Everyone should be hitting the like button. We should have 14 likes by the time we reach the end of this. But going into temperatures as you go into tonight, a low temperature around 68, 69-ish. High temperatures tomorrow at around 91. Low temperatures tomorrow night at around 68. High temperatures going again to around 91, 92-ish going into your Monday. Moving over here to Raleigh, North Carolina, as we talk about this rain over, or this temperature over here, and then we'll talk about the rain, and then we'll talk about severe weather. As we go on and talk about low temperatures tonight at around 64 in Raleigh, high temperatures tomorrow at around 75, low temperatures tomorrow night at around 62, high temperatures going to around 73, 74-ish going into your Monday. As you go on into just your rain in general, not really much, honestly, to really say here, except for just maybe an isolated shower going into tonight, but I don't really see anything else really going on. Talking about severe weather now, for both locations, probably nothing for excessive rainfall if I was to guess. Nothing for day 4, nothing for day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. So you're good in terms of excessive rainfall. And then in terms of severe weather, I usually say if there's no chance for any type of excessive rainfall, usually you don't have a chance for severe weather. And I am right. So no chance of severe weather. And that's going to about wrap this up. Go on and hit that subscribe button if you have not already. We're at 269, trying to get to 300 by November the 5th. So make sure that you go on and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well. And also hit the share button as well to all the people that you know. Also, probably good for me to mention this right now while we still have a good amount of people here. Hurricane Milton is obviously coming, but some people, this is the time, especially during hurricane season, that people are going to start to spread misinformation. So make sure that all your information is verified before you start spreading it, because if it's not real and you start spreading misinformation, that would be a part of the problem. So make sure that the information that you share is indeed true and is not fake or anything like that. So make sure, again, with me or any other meteorologist or National Weather Service or whoever, that it is indeed true. But that's pretty much all I have to comment on that. Just make sure that you are being vigilant and that you are not taking all that misinformation and spreading it even further. But that's all that I have in turn for tonight. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. Not Sunday, Saturday. And I will be back tomorrow on Sunday at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. And because we do not do videos on Sunday morning. So I'll be back tomorrow evening for your week forecast update for October the 6th through October the 12th.